Hello, I am Mantastic'c and Fantastic, and today I want to talk about the Player's Choice Godfest that has just gone live in North America. So, generally speaking, the Player's Choice Godfest tends to be a much more exciting affair because us players are able to vote for what are possibly going to be the most desirable and or powerful cards. And for the most part, I feel that the 8-star Godfest exclusives, the 6-star Godfest exclusives were voted pretty well because, they're the newer stuff that is appearing. And generally speaking, newer stuff tends to be less likely to be owned. So it is obviously nice that they are being featured. And the top 3 of their respective categories will be featured at a 2% rolling rate as opposed to 1.32. So obviously a much higher chance to get Elfride. I've somehow rolled 4 and never exchanged for 1. So that's kind of interesting. I hope I don't get yet another one. But either way, I'm still a little surprised by the Pantheon winners. Sakuya, I think, is a truly magical card. It was the first great leader I actually utilized way back in the day, and she carried me through tons of content. I got through Tuesday Dungeon way faster than those zombie gravity resolve teams, so that's cool. But she does have a story mode evolution, which is a competent leader, but at the same time, it's nowhere near as proficient as it used to be. No Hime, I'm just truly confused as to why she's here. And Ra, I could see why, because they have, that weapon assist, which is a nice AoE button with a skill boost. But at the same time, Antares and I think Kenshin are much more desirable Pantheons, and while they are at least present, if I'm not mistaken, they're just not at the higher rates. And those are the kind of the 2 Pantheon cards that I feel like I'm most interested in, even though I already have all the Pantheon cards. But with that being said, let's take a look at the actual rolling rates for this event. So for any Godfest exclusive, you have a 43.6% chance of rolling them. And the rem draws of all the different numbers are featured for a total of 1.6%. So you have just over a 45% chance to get something desirable, so to speak. I think the rem draws are at least desirable for the most part. So that's not bad at all. I remember talking on stream a bit earlier saying that if it was 45% Godfest exclusive rate, I think it'd be a reasonably strong event. And it's essentially that, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel as magical as I feel like it could have been. I'm kind of going back to one of those earlier Godfests we had where it was a 100% chance to get any 7 or 8-star Godfest exclusive, and it did cost 20 magic stones, but this one here, you obviously have the chance to potentially beat the odds, so to speak. You roll twice, you get 2 Godfest exclusives, bam, you came out ahead. But in a large sample rolling pool, you're going to come out behind, unfortunately. And it's not to say that this event is bad, it's just not as magical as I thought it would actually be. And for the most part, the only card I felt that was absent that was kind of newer is Hikoboshi. It's a 7-star Godfest exclusive, which I feel like people just kind of forgot that existed. I don't have one, but they're not used that much overall. But for the most part, everything else is here. All the new 6-star cards, they are going to appear down here. Lawrence is somewhere down here, along with Conraf. So the newer 6-star Godfest exclusives are at least present, all 5 of them, and the top 3 is actually populated by 3 of them. So for someone like myself who doesn't have those cards, it's a much better time to potentially roll them, along with the shiny and baddie and flamey and baddie. So I feel like this Player's Choice Godfest is a reasonable event. I don't think it's as magical maybe as it could have been. I feel like if the rates were a little bit higher, obviously I might say that for most events, but Player's Choice Godfest tends to be a reasonably hyped up event. So I feel like for newer players, this is obviously a great time to roll because Pantheon cards, while they are considered less desirable nowadays, they're going to come out in their super reincarnated form, which will save you copious amounts of resources. They can have merits as well, along with weapon assist that might be useful. They can help populate your teams, along with essentially Godfest exclusives that should be helpful alongside. So overall, I feel like this Godfest, or Player's Choice Godfest, is worth at least some rolls, especially for newer accounts. More veteran accounts, I feel like maybe some rolls could be justifiable, but it's more so just almost picking up trade fodder. And while the rolling rates are definitely higher than most Super Godfests, most of them tend to be around 35, 36%, it's just not to the same level as other Super Godfests we have received in the past. So kind of like too long didn't read, roll a bit, especially more if you're a newer account, because everything here is probably going to help you. Again, having cards come out in their super reincarnated form will save you so much resources and just get you going for like actually playing through content, because now you actually just build a team of cards that are kind of pre-developed already and just go. But for myself, I feel like I might do some rolls. Like I said, I don't have any of the newer 6-star cards, and at least there's a 6% chance for those. I don't have shiny and baddie, flamey, bubbly. That's another 4%. So 10% chance to get like these new cards I don't have. It's not a bad chance overall, along with, you know, getting more trade fodder. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to roll here, probably get some trade fodder, and then I will most likely monster exchange for New Year's Lutina, because I somehow have 5 camis, and I don't think that's truly necessary when I really think about it. So I can definitely sack a few of them. I could sack a lot of Godfest exclusives, actually. But never roll or never exchange until you finish rolling. That's a good train of thought. So with that being said, hopefully this video provides you with a little bit of insight as to what this Player's Choice Godfest has in store for you. I do plan on rolling a bit on my stream later on today, so that video will be uploaded to YouTube at some point, so you can possibly live vicariously through me and my rolls. But regardless of all that, let me know what you think about this event in the comment section down below. Do you think it's actually worth rolling in? And if you did roll, did it come out actually quite desirable? Lumen was telling me he did terribly bad and only got a 30% or so chance at Godfest exclusive, so he is quite sad, unfortunately. But regardless of all that, hopefully you'll have a truly fantastic day. I wish you the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.